Continues to provoke by putting the onus on India and blaming India for the violent crashes that broke out. There is heightened activity being witnessed in the Ladakh sector. Let's go across to our executive editor Vivek Narayan for more details on that. Yes, Vivek, over to you.
Swati, over the past 48 hours since that we've been here, we've been seeing hectic activity both at the airport and at the army base out here. Hectic activity, I mean the number of airplanes taking off, the helicopters which are taking off, which are hovering around this place and moving further, has increased manifold. What does it tell you? It tells you that the forces are on an extreme alert situation. Also tells you that there is a forward fighting position that we are assuming. People whom I spoke with here in Ladakh have been telling me, especially those who have served in the forces, people who have served right up there along, who has come face to face with the Chinese, that enough is enough. We have seen this happen. We have warned multiple governments in the past 60 years. Nobody has taken action. They have this system of doing what is known as Salami chopping. Little by little, they chop your land. They move in 12 kilometers, and when you question them, they step back 2 kilometers. The 10 kilometer is theirs. This has been happening in what may look like barren land to you, but this is very, very precious and for the India's territorial integrity and also strategically located locations. So it is imperative that government of India this time around acts, and it seems it is, because I can tell you one thing, the Ladakhi people are wholeheartedly with whatever steps the government of India is going to take. They just don't want us to wink, to blink and to step back. They believe that for years India has been stepping down. For years we have been talking peace to a people who do not know what peace is. Whenever Chinese talk of peace and whenever China extend that hand of friendliness, it is with an evil intent. Again, what happened at Galwan Valley is the same, an example of that. They said they are ready at a larger level, at a major general level, that they are ready to de-escalate. They had it all planned. They knew that they will not de-escalate completely. They knew there would be a blood fight there happening. They knew that they had to go for the commanding officer. As we reported earlier, it is quite clear from the autopsy reports of those who killed there, those martyred out there, that the forces were ready, but our forces didn't have weapons that they had, the kind of brutal weapons that the Chinese carried, the iron rods with barbed wire fencing on it, a killer device which I don't think has been used in the past 400, 500 years. It is almost barbaric to think that this kind of a weapon was used against Indian soldiers and Indian armed forces. But as I said, this time the intent is very clear. The government of India should and will act. The people of Ladakh are firmly with it, are firmly with government of India in whatever intention, whatever action they take. Swati.
Absolutely. The people of Ladakh know that China cannot be trusted, and that's why they are backing our soldiers, they're backing the government. They in fact don't want the government to take a step back. And we, at this point in time, are playing out those visuals, Vivek. On one hand, the patrolling, of course, has increased. On the other hand, satellite images of the military build-up along the LAC on the Chinese side. This exactly is the reason why our forces are on a high alert, despite talks going on. Vivek.
Yes, the forces continue to be in a state of high alert. In fact, the entry of journalists has also been restricted. Till 2 days back, we could go over there and meet and speak with people, but now they said no cameras at all. It just shows that the authorities are taking the issue quite seriously, and they are prepared for whatever eventuality. And I can tell you with certainty that it is not as if there are some soldiers there facing the Chinese at there. They have been backed up well enough, whether it be by armored columns, or there be artillery columns, or by the Air Force. Even in far as the eastern seaboard, we can tell you quite confidently that the forces of the Indian Navy have started aggressive patrolling. So we are in a situation where things are extremely tense. Let's not play that down at all. Whether you be in Leh right now, the capital of Ladakh Autonomous Region, or further up towards, I can show you, in fact, if our camera person can pan the camera, right where I'm standing is this board which shows you the Khardungla Pass. Khardungla is just about 39, and the Khardungla, the pass, is further on. Then there is Khalsar and Dixit, and these are all places where where you have Chinese presence almost very close to the highway. In fact, one of the very senior individuals who've been serving out there with the Indian forces has been telling me that India at one point had access to what is known as finger point 7. Over the period of about 30 to 40 years, we have started losing ground. And now they have come to a point known as finger point 4. Finger point 4 is extremely strategically located. If they get to finger point 4, they have access to the entire highway. They can see the highway going from a higher advantage position. They can view the entire place. And that is a kind of advantage the Chinese will have. And that is what precisely the Indian braves try to deny them. Whenever the Chinese come in, they form a camp out there, they stay there for a while, they make sure the Indians kind of respond to them. When the Indians respond, they say, okay, we are moving out, but they don't go out all the way from where they had come back. They move only a few kilometers. The rest of the ground is there. So this kind of what is known as a salami slicing, which they have done, will not be any more expected of them, will not be any more taken from them. And that's exactly the message that the government of India at multiple levels, at the political level, at the diplomatic level, and on the ground, every Indian soldier, every Indian officer is giving the same kind of message. Swati.
Right. Well, Vivek, thank you very much for that detailed report.